Hey guys, it's nice to see you all. My name's Brian, and I'm going to share something great and useful to you all. In fact, I'm doing this because it's my assignment. But the information is really useful, so don't miss out like skipping the YouTube ads. The thing I want to share with you all is a really nice book named The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Well, this is a business and self-help book that was written by Stephen Richards Covey and published in 1989, and it is still one of the most impactful books in the world. In this book, Covey says most people look for a quick fix. They see a big success and want to know how, thinking they can do the same thing and will be success in their life too. However, the author says real change does not come from outside in, but from the inside out. And the most fundamental way of changing ourselves is through a paradigm shift, and that is a new way of looking at the world. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People presents an approach to effectiveness based on character and principles. And these are the 7 habits. The first 3 habits indeed deal with ourselves, because it all starts with us. It moves us from dependence from the world to the independence of making our own world. Carry on, habits 4, 5, and 6 are about people and relationships. They will move us from independence to interdependence, which is helping each other and learning to cooperate to achieve more than we could have by ourselves. Finally, habit number 7 focuses on continuous growth and improvement. Proactive is not what most people think it is. For Covey, being proactive means exercising our power of choice between the stimulus we receive from the world and our response. If you're feeling down, it's because you allowed the stimulus to bring you down. Also, Covey introduces the circle of control that represent all that we care about. According to Covey, we can only influence a portion of what we care about, and that's where we should be focusing on. In fact, focusing on what we cannot control is a waste of time and energy, and often also spoils our mood because it takes the form of worrying and complaining. Eventually, the more we focus on the things we can control, the more our abilities and skills improve, which in turn will further enlarge our circle of influence. In order to start mentally shifting our focus into the circle of influence, Covey suggests us to stop using if sentences such as if only I had the courage, and start using instead be sentences such as I can be courageous. Beginning with the end in mind means being clear about who we want to be and where we want to go, and then travel that path. Habit 2 is based on imagination and on the idea that two different forms of creation exist: mental creation and physical creation. The mental creation comes first, and the physical creation follows the mental one. Covey also recommends that as much as we think about our life goals, we could also think about who we want to be. So, when we have that clear vision, we can draft principles and values in accordance. With our principles and values clear, we will approach our life and all the events with a high level of clarity and confidence. A small tip: Covey suggests us to write a personal mission statement to make sure our life goals and personal principles are aligned. Habit 3 is all about prioritization. If you follow the steps of habit 1 and 2, then you have your values and life goal very clear. This means you know what your priorities are and which one are not. Basically, your first and major prioritization is through the filter of your life goals. Once you have a burning desire to become and do what you want, your yes will also clearly show what are your no. That's the bedrock of prioritization. Under this habit, Covey introduces the famous time quadrant to effectively manage our time on what we should spend most on non-urgent and important tasks. Covey says that win-win situation is a character-based approach to human interactions. To achieve this level, we must first acquire 3 essential character traits: integrity, maturity, and abundance mentality. Integrity means sticking with who we are, such as our feeling, our principles, and our values. Where maturity shows how we are expressing our ideas and feelings with a balance of courage and consideration. An abundance mentality explains that life is no zero sum. There's plenty for all and always look at the bright side. Covey talks about human relationship in terms of emotional and human balance. He says, when you approach life with a win-win mindset, you always treat people well and you make yourself better in the relationship. If one day something goes wrong, you can count on the people and they will be happy to help you. Covey says that communication is the most important skill in life, and we are all heavily undertrained in listening. Indeed, very few people even listen at all. This is pity, because the foundation of influencing people is to first understand people. There are 4 levels of listening listed by Covey. First, ignoring. Second, pretending to listen. Third, attentive listening. And the last one, emphatic listening. Even most good listeners stop at the third level of attentive listening. But I will just explain what emphatic listening is. Emphatic listening is about removing your own frame of reference as much as possible. Emphatic listeners look at people's body language, the tone of voice, and non-verbal gestures. Ultimately, it means putting yourself in their shoes, feeling what they are feeling. This is the key because before people can move to solutions, they need to feel you understanding them. In fact, the author advises not to start and communicate with just logic, but to explain where you are coming from emotionally as well. The idea of synergizing is that the whole of a well-functioning team is greater than the mere sum of its parts. According to him, the best way of finding a solution to the problem is by creating an environment where everyone can share their ideas with respect to their experience and expertise so that one best possible solution can be picked up from the pools of ideas. The key to an effective group synergy, says the author, is to really value the difference among us. So ask yourself, do you want to be right or do you want everyone to agree? Learn to embrace the differences as a strength instead. Synergy is quite necessary to become a successful leader because it provides the capability to merge multiple forces like companies and people to work collectively by overpowering all the challenges. No habits in the world will take you far unless you preserve, take care, and keep improving on yourself. Covey recommends you focus on 4 major dimensions of your life: physical, social, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The physical dimension points to exercise, nutrition taking, and resting, where social emotional focus in helping to develop meaningful human connections. And the mental dimension is definitely through learning, visualizing, and acquiring new knowledge from time to time. Finally, we should spend time to build up a healthy spirit with things such as art, music, and etc. Covey says it's important to commit some time for each dimension, and he's right. We can only succeed when we are ready and in good condition imposing to the challenges. Okay guys, that's all for Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I hope this video benefits you all and hope you guys like it. If you do, please share this video to let more people know and make the world a greater place. Thanks a lot and bye.